get into it. I don't know how to act. I don't know how to act right now. Oh my god, I need to speak louder. Hate it. I'm a realtor. I'm supposed to be loud. Oh my god, I have to look at the camera. Okay, let's get started. Here to, oh my god. What's up, guys? Oh my god. Hey guys, I'm here with a Q&A / get ready with me because I feel like it'll be awkward for me to just talk to the camera. At least you can watch me do something else while I talk, because that's what I feel like everyone enjoys nowadays. I get a lot of frequently asked questions about being in the business and what it's like, so I'm gonna answer them as best as I can. I hope I'm not gonna take up too much time. I hope this video isn't super long, but if it is, I'm sorry. The first question I got was, how much does it cost / expenses? I'm gonna assume that they're asking what it's like or how much it costs to start off. So in total, I added it all up, costs about $404. This includes the license fee, the classes that I took, and then also the exam itself. So it's honestly not that bad. And this was for California, so I don't know what it's like in other states. Oh my gosh. And then for classes, I'll put the link in the description, what class that or what site that I used to sign up for the classes. I had a special offer on mine. It was only $99 because I think it was close to Christmas time when I signed up, so there was like some special deal. It came with the 3 courses, so you must take 3 real estate courses to qualify for the exam, and you must pass each exam from those courses. Hi, I forgot to mention my expenses, and I would say I spend about a little bit less than $1,000 a month. I'm not spending so much into it at the moment. I'm just paying for being on Remax Gold, and then I pay for Adobe, my CRM, which is like a database for all my clients. I don't have that many expenses, but of course it's gonna add on as I progress in the business. And yeah. Another question that I got was, how did you study for the exam? And I tried a lot of different methods. I tried just, taking notes, doing flashcards. Those techniques didn't work for me. Honestly, whatever works for you and how you studied in school that worked for you, go that way. But the way that I did it was, I listened to podcasts. That was one way. And then the main way that I studied was just taking the practice exam over and over and over until I would get like an 80% on each test. And that took me a while. So I studied for this exam for a while because I hate studying so much. The package from License Solution comes with practice exams, which I thought was really helpful. And there were questions that were kind of similar to what the actual exam was like, so that was really helpful and helped me in the long run. Overall, the test is not that bad. I didn't pass the first time because I kept second guessing myself. I changed my answer so many times and I didn't pass. So the second time, I didn't change my answers at all and I freaking passed. Like, believe in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Next question. I don't know how to multitask. How did you start? So I feel like a lot of people already know the answer to this, and honestly, it was a miracle. My first ever job was, shout out to Elizabeth, my team leader / my boss, my former boss for almost 4 years. She was looking for an assistant. It wasn't easy, y'all. I was only 18 or 19 years, I was 18 years old, and I knew nothing about real estate. Like, everything was a different language to me. I didn't know what escrow was. I didn't know anything, and it was so foreign, and I feel like I had so much anxiety coming into work. This was my first job. It was an office job, and I feel really blessed to have had that opportunity as my first job because it made me who I am today. So over time, eventually I got used to everything. I think by my second year of being an assistant, I started getting the hang of what the process of buying a house and selling a house was like. Eventually I would get promoted, and eventually I started branching out and doing other tasks besides like the basic admin tasks that I had. I eventually branched off to learning how to write contracts and learning how to, you know, every process of buying a home. I saw what it was like and got to experience that behind the scenes. I prepared all the paperwork, so that's how I got my foot in the door with real estate. Mind you, I was still in school, trying to be a nurse at the time, and I actually changed my major like 3 times while I was in this job. And so I was like, you know what? I've been exposed to this stuff for a while now. I might as well do it. And I did, and I'm so happy that I did, because I feel like going into it wasn't so bad just because I already knew a lot about the business. That's how I started. Honestly, I don't know, I don't think I would become a realtor if I didn't have this start, because I honestly think it would be super hard to become a new agent without the experience. I think it would be super intimidating. Like, you could study for the exam and stuff, but you don't really know what it's like until you go through all the motions that a realtor goes through and all the stuff they have to deal with. And I will go on more on that topic. So let me go on to the next question. Is it your only source of income, and how much do you make on average? So yes, this is my only source of income. I am 100% commission based. It's like you're not having a stable income, and that's kind of scary, but it just makes you work harder and it makes you want to hustle. So yeah, it is my only source of income, and I don't really want to disclose like how much I make. I just don't really feel comfortable sharing that, but I will say that my anxiety hasn't been as bad. Like, when I first started, I had a lot more anxiety about it, because obviously I'm new, and I was like, how am I gonna make money in this crazy market right now? And now I think I am, when did I start? March. 7 months of being in the business, and I feel pretty okay. I'm pretty confident that I can maintain this income, and it's because I have a team that's very supportive and helps me out, and I really appreciate them. So yeah. How was the transition from 9 to 5 to an entrepreneur? It's so weird still to think of myself as an entrepreneur. Girl, it was a lot. And honestly, it was still really stressful, because I was just working all day. Like, I was being an assistant by the daytime, and then also trying to help with the business, help my other team members with their business as trying to grow mine. So it was a lot of transitioning. I did a lot of things. Like, I would just work at the office for a certain amount of time, and then I would show home that day, and then at night I would have to like work on contracts. It was a lot, but to be honest, it really did help me just be able to handle more on my plate, I guess, and learning how to prioritize. I feel like everything I went through was definitely a growth experience, even though I cried, got really frustrated, or got mad anxiety. I still feel grateful that I had the opportunity and started the way that I did, because it has shaped me to be who I am now. And obviously, I didn't have all these techniques down. I'm learning as I go. Also, doing like buyer consultations was super scary for me. I feel like when I had my first one, I was so scared. I was sweating beforehand. It's like I'm the pilot now. Next question is, what is it like to be in this business? I'm just gonna combine 2 questions. So what is it like to be in real estate now, and as a brand new agent? I started this business right when COVID hit, and I feel like that was a blessing and a curse, because there's just a lot more precautions now that we have to take. It's very competitive nowadays. Today's market is mainly buyers. There's so many buyers right now, and not enough sellers. Our offers are getting beat out because houses are getting more offers than usual. I've had homes where we've submitted offers and they had like 21 offers or something like that, and like, that's a lot. So going into it, this competitive. It's a curse, but then also a blessing because now I can handle a competitive market.
Bring it on.
And when people ask me what it's like to be a realtor, you know, what it's like, I tell them it's like having 4 full-time jobs. First, you're an agent, helping people buy or sell a home. You're an agent, you show homes, you do presentations, you have to attend appointments, inspections, walkthrough. You're a marketing coordinator. You have to put yourself out there, which is what I'm trying to do. If you really want to like really get out there, video is the best way to go, is what I've learned. I find that I get a lot of good feedback when I post informative posts. You're a lead generator. You got your license, right? Let's give you this scenario. Now what, right? You have to know how to get clients, and the number one way is to follow up. That's kind of one of the things agents dread. But that's just how you make money and how you hustle. You gotta talk to people, sell your product. Yeah, lead generating is probably one of the toughest things because you really have to get out of your comfort zone and reach out to people, and people aren't ready at the moment. So you just have to follow up and don't be annoying about it, but at the same time, be strategic. Therapist. You have to be a therapist, okay? Clients get really emotional over the process, especially when things are not going as planned, or you know, their offer doesn't get accepted, or the seller doesn't want to negotiate with you, or yeah, there's just a lot of things that your clients get emotional about, and you have to be that person to comfort them and give them knowledge. It's like a month process, and you're there for them to answer any of their questions they're anxious about. Be that big sis and tell them that everything's gonna be okay. You're gonna do your best to handle the situation. Honestly, I recommend doing this full time and just go all in over doing it part-time to really get, you know, really make the best out of it. But if you want to do it part-time, go for it. Maybe do 1 deal a month, but it's still hard. And shout out to my team, the Velasco team, because we have an amazing staff. They're just like doing all the behind the scenes stuff while we're out in the field, and it just lifts a lot of weight off our shoulders. So that's another thing that I guess I wanted to talk about is, you know, when you're starting off in the business, I do recommend trying to get on a team, because I feel like personally that if I were to start by myself without a team, I would not even know where to begin. I feel like I would not be making money because you're just on your own. Definitely very thankful that I found this team, or this team found me, I don't know. I feel like there's so much more I feel like I could have said about it, but that's pretty much the main points that I had. What are some struggles you have to go through? Definitely being more social. It's like really speak up, because my voice is really soft, like I said, and you want to be, you know, you're supposed to be the rock star agent and know your shit. Trying to work on that, trying to be more confident. Another big struggle is negotiate, because there's going to be lots of times where you have to negotiate with the selling side on, you know, lowering the purchase price, repairs, negotiating what repairs the sellers are going to help with. I had no clue or no experience in negotiations, because when you negotiate, you're kind of like not arguing, but going back and forth with the other side. You know, keep your client's best interest and really fight for your clients. So that's another thing that I struggled with in the beginning, is really standing my ground. I'm just very like hesitant. So I definitely am trying to work on that and trying to stand my ground. Another struggle is trying not to overwork myself or burn out, because you can definitely feel some burnout if you don't take care of yourself. And honestly, you really need to like have days off for yourself to, you know, take care of yourself, because if you're always working, you can easily burn out. So obviously balancing everything was a struggle at first. It sometimes still is, but I'm getting better at it. You're an entrepreneur, you're on your own. You get to make your own schedule, do whatever you want, but honestly, you have to be strict with yourself and discipline yourself. You don't have a boss. You're creating your own schedule. over someone else, you know, keeping track of you. So yeah, you have to discipline yourself. And that's one of the things I struggle with, because it's still hard for me to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning. I honestly don't. I still wake up a little bit later, but we're trying. What is a typical day like? So I'm gonna pull up my Google Calendar and I have like everything blocked off. And here's me talking about my morning routine, acting like I wake up at 5 a.m. and work out and do all these crazy things. No, sometimes I roll out of bed. Sometimes I, you know, chill. I wake up at different times every single day probably, but we're working on it. I just didn't want to lie to you guys and say that I do all these things in the morning. This is at a time where I kind of was, but yeah, we're not doing that anymore. We're trying though. Okay, back to the video. I'm gonna mentally prepare for the day and prepare for the hardest task of the day, which is follow up with people and just like see who wants to buy a house. The hardest tasks out of the way before you do anything else, and that is following up and prospecting and finding clients. So once I get that out of the way, then Can we just talk about the frame of this video? She's getting slanted and I think it gets even worse, but yeah, we're working on it. If you made it this far, thank you. My mind is at ease, and then I just do whatever other work that I have to do with my clients right now. You know, showings, any appointments I schedule after. So there could be showings, inspections, consultations, all that. My camera keeps dying. Let's hope I can like wrap this up a little bit. Are you able to balance social and work life with this career? I try to do 2 days out of the week, 2 half days out of the week for myself and for like social time, or 1 full day out of the week, which is kind of rare to get a full day off, but it is what it is. And I'll have some days off, or like less hectic days than others, which are always nice because I could do errands or things like that. So I do have a balance. I'll say yes to that question. I do have a good work-life balance at the moment. I feel like it's harder when you're handling so many clients at once. We'll have a good amount of business, but at the same time, not overwork ourselves and have some time for our families and friends and ourselves, which I love that a lot. Are you going to school still? I'm currently a college dropout, you guys. I'm kidding. I might go back to school someday, some way. It's not my priority now, just because I feel like I am in a big girl job now, and I couldn't do school at the same time as doing this. It'll just be too much, and I'm honestly okay with it. My family's okay with it. They do still want me to go to school and get a degree. I would like a, you know, degree in like business or something like that. I was in school for, my last major that I had was business and digital marketing. I do think it would be nice to take classes for those. But honestly, there's so much resources now available online that's free. School's expensive. That's another thing that I hate about school, is like how expensive it is. Yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm never going back to school, but not right now, and I'm okay with that. I've just never been a school person. I'd rather just work. And I'm not saying don't go to school, but that's just the path that I took and it worked out. And yeah, so I'm not in school, but maybe someday, somehow. Next question is, are you going to do real estate forever? And that's a really good question. I never really thought about it. I honestly don't know. I'm still new, so I'm still, you know, navigating my way through it and experiencing new things all the time. So I can see myself doing it. I think I do have this, you know, dream of having my own team one day, really just branch out in the real estate industry. Maybe not just do, you know, be a buyer's agent, but, you know, sell real estate, eventually have my own team, maybe get my broker's license. There's just more levels of real estate that I can get into, and I definitely feel like that would be a good route to take as well, maybe. And I'm so excited to see how much I've grown when I watch this video in the next 5 or 10 years. And my camera's about to die, so the last question is, what is your favorite part about real estate. So my favorite part about real estate is just getting to meet the nicest people ever and help families. Definitely I've met some of the greatest people that it just feels really nice to give the keys to, you know, your clients, and they finally get to call this house their home, because buying this home was such a journey for them. And when they, you know, feel so appreciative and thankful for, you know, your help and, you know, helping them through all this emotional process, it's definitely very fulfilling and rewarding. And I definitely wanted a job where I could help people. A fun fact is, when I was about probably really young, I was like probably 10 years old, I love looking at houses. It's weird. I would go on Google and look up houses. I really went full circle. Like as a kid, I love looking at houses, and now I'm doing it. I'm just gonna wrap it up and say, yes, I'm very happy with my career choice, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else at the moment. It's very rewarding, and I highly recommend it if you can handle everything that I just said. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Peace out.